We must absolutely set out to smash the lie of the new and novel concept of the separation of religion from the state, which now most people hold, and which Christians have just bought a bill of goods. This is new and it is novel. It has no relationship to the meaning of the First Amendment. The First Amendment only was passed for two reasons. First, that there would be no united church of the whole 13 colonies. And most people don't realize that almost every one of the 13 colonies had some special relationship to some church, and even this wasn't counted against the First Amendment. And the second thing for the First Amendment was that the state would never interfere with religion. And that's all the meaning there was to the First Amendment. Just read Madison and the Spectator papers if you don't think so. That's all it was. Now we've turned it over. We put it on its head. What we must do is to absolutely insist we return to what the First Amendment meant in the first place. Not that religion can have an influence into society and into the state. Not that. But we must insist that there's the freedom that the First Amendment really gave. Now, with this, we must emphasize, and I said it, but let me say it again, we do not want a theocracy. I personally am opposed to a theocracy. On this side of the New Testament, I do not believe there's place for a theocracy till Jesus the King comes back. But that's a very different thing, while saying clearly we are not in favor of a theocracy in name or in fact. That's a very different thing from where we are now, where all religious influence is shut out of the processes of the state and the public schools. We're only asking for one thing. We're asking for the freedom that the First Amendment guaranteed to us. That's what we should be standing for. What we want is a return to real freedom, and especially real freedom for all religions. Notice, all religions, not just ourselves. And then in the midst of that freedom, Christianity having freedom from this hidden censorship, etc., being able to really present itself in the free marketplace of ideas without being held back, without a false censorship. That's what we want. That's what we should be struggling for. All we ask for is what the founding fathers of this country stood and fought and died for.